What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Locky Top. I'm here with Josh and Chase
What's up, guys?
from SEC Country. Huge week of college football came in. Week one officially over. One of those 15-day long weeks, or however long we have sitting here with you guys recording on Labor Day. Florida State belt to ass again. Things are good in the world of college football. For some of us, things are worse for others. But we'll get you started. Before we get started, just wanted to introduce our partnership with BetStamp and SignUpExpert.com. Open up an incredible opportunity for you to join some of our favorite sportsbooks and get the best odds and new user offers. Head over to our dedicated page at signupexpert.com/LockyTopSports to explore a selection of sportsbooks tailored to your regions, each with unique offerings. If you're ready to take your sports betting to the next level and show some love for our brand, we highly recommend you signing up for your next sportsbook through our signupexpert.com link. You can easily find it in the description of the video. All right. That was a lot of intro, but
it's Labor Day, man. It's supposed to be a day off. Yeah, but
Labor Day, but we keep working for y'all.
Keep working. That's right.
We're trying to give you the best product we can. Big week of college sports that took place. Little bit of a recap of what happened in week one. Wanted to get started with some of the biggest winners and biggest losers in the college game. So, Josh, give me your thoughts there.
Well, we have some winners on the show today. Me being amongst those. You too, Naveen. At least until the Florida game, it'll be kind of a toss up. But I think we saw with the Miami in the Florida game that your fanhood for the Vols will be cemented in place for at least a few more years. But this young man right here that we have shown here, I mean, looking cooler than the other side of the pillow, Nico Iamaleava, just out here doing, what $8 million guys do. And I mean, he lived up to all the hype coming into this game. Now, I preface everything that I'm about to say that, yes, acknowledge that it was against UT Chattanooga. Shout out to the Mocs. You guys came up, collected $1 million, and went back to the house. We appreciate you guys for coming and sweating out a nooner for us on, the long Labor Day weekend. But biggest winner, man, I'll tell you what, it only took 12 games for the inevitable to finally happen and Nico to take over the offense. It feels like we kind of wasted last year with the experience of, the experiment that Joe Milton was. And I know it's a little sour grapes and sounds like I'm kind of bitter, but I am. I was talking about this all season last year. And the guy came out and he did something in a half of football that it took Joe Milton until his last start as a Tennessee Vol to accomplish. Joe Milton didn't throw over 300 yards in a single football game as a Tennessee Volunteer until Vanderbilt, his last game at Tennessee. Nico did that in 2 quarters. And, I like the way this guy, I mean, he's playing Chattanooga. You're talking about the things that you can't teach. As far as like, fuck it, I want to kill everybody I'm playing. Like, I want to go out there and just wage war against my opponents to keep our foot on their throat. That's what he was asked. What his takeaway from the first half of him playing against Chattanooga was, and it's to keep the foot on their throat. By the way, this school is within the same system. Right. It's a sister school, at Chattanooga. It's not like we were playing Bama or anything, but that was his biggest takeaway. I mean, the guy had put up, astronomical numbers. And that was his first response to the media there in Knoxville on the post-game report. So like to get your thoughts about. I mean, obviously he's the biggest winner. He is the freshman player of the SEC of the week. So deservingly so. I think if they would let him play into the third quarter, which to me, I can understand why Josh pulled him, but it was kind of uncharacteristic for him because he usually would let them go all the way into the third quarter. We've seen that in the past with Joe and Hendon. But anyway, we didn't need it. But Naveen, your thoughts about the performance from Nico? I mean, his Heisman odds have skyrocketed. What was your big takeaway from Nico?
Yeah, it reminded me of one of my favorite fictional coaches, Coach Yost from Remember the Titans, the white coach. He said Denzel's partner in crime. He said leave no doubt, and I think that's what Nico did.
Done.
Right? You check the updates on your phone. 7-0, 14-0, 21-0, 28-0. Got all the way up to what? 45-0 before
before they called the dogs off.
They were like, okay, we're gonna make sure this is the spread's covered, the over's covered, everything is covered.
Yeah,
Nico, he took care of us as sports bettors. He took care of us as fans. Really, really good tune-up, warm-up game. Shout out to Chattanooga. We always need to know where JV is, and it's in Chattanooga.
That's right.
Hey,
don't take anything away from Chattown, baby. Chattanooga probably going to win the Southern Conference this year. Like legit, probably going to be a good AA football squad. They weren't ready for that. And for perspective, right? Chattanooga plays in the same conference as Western Carolina, the same Western Carolina team that took NC State to task for about 3.5 quarters Thursday night, and I really thought the Wolfpack was going to, huff and puff and get blown the fuck out. It didn't happen, but it was danger close. And interestingly enough, that's our opponent this Saturday at the Bank in Charlotte. That was. I appreciate that take, Naveen. I agree wholeheartedly with you. He's got that Coach Yost dog inside of him, and to your point, the notifications were going off. Touchdown after touchdown, and he broke school record for most yards in a half. So he shattered Peyton Manning's records. But Chase, interestingly enough, was also one of the people I was getting a lot of notifications about, and he was just wanting us to stop. He insisted that it was too much time for Nico to be in the game, that he's thrown enough touchdowns, but we're not ready for that. That was quick trigger, quick on the trigger. All right, but Chase,
Chattanooga, let him be, dude. Let him be. They're done. Speaking of Cook, I hope you don't put Nico out. Leave him in all the game, the whole time. Time.
What was it like? What was it like as an outsider watching a little Nico?
Yeah, like that. It's easy for us, me and Naveen, or any other Tennessee fan, to be slobbing all over fucking Nico here.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But as a South Carolina fan, somebody that has to watch football games in their house that are 2 years old to feel some type of validation, there in the background. I see the South Carolina Tennessee game from 2 years ago.
I just go on YouTube and put in SEC football.
That's so little brother of you. Little brother. But Chase, go ahead. I want to hear your take on Nico.
He's nasty. What I liked about him, and if you kind of compare a bunch of young quarterbacks and just see the plays that they make and what they don't make, number one, he had a clean pocket, extremely clean pocket. So Nico needs to give a shout out to the front five.
Yeah, kept the jersey clean for the most part. There was 2 hits. There was 2 hits from the the blind side,
But for the most part, as a quarterback, and I played quarterback for 6 years, obviously not on D1 level. You don't know how good it feels to step back and look left and look right and make that read and throw, and there's no one to pile drive you or no one coming straight to your face.
That's right. And when he had to improvise, I felt like he did a really good job of that too.
He did. Whenever he had to move a little bit and slide, he did good. And man, he planted his foot. That was the biggest thing. Whenever I look at young quarterbacks, do you plant your feet and you throw the football? That's one of the biggest things for a young guy, especially when they can move. Because I mean, he can move. Do you plant your feet and you throw the football? And time in and time out, he would chunk it right down the middle of the field, plant his feet and go. I mean, Chattanooga's not bringing the heat, but at the same time, Washington, you can just tell he has the intangibles. He's going to go as far as he wants to go because he's in the right offense. Josh Huppel is an offensive guru, so he's going to go as far as he wants to go because that offense is made for a guy that can move like that. So, and physically, he's got it. His whole career will be between his ears.
Yeah, he's 6'6". Big frame on him. He could probably stand to put another 5 to 10 pounds on that frame, but dude's an athlete for sure.
I'll say this: I've seen freshmen come in and light the world on fire, and as quick as they went up, they went back down, and it's all between their ears. It's whenever you've got the physical gifts, you went to the right school or the right offense with the right coach. It's all on you. So he'll go as far as he wants to go.
So you were talking to us, pre-show a little bit about, the Big Spur, message boards out there. Cox R Us or whatever they call it there in South Carolina. What were they saying about Nico? What were their takeaways?
There was nothing really said about Nico. It was really me that said something about Nico because if you're a true Gamecock fan, for the most part, your fandom has been down. Spurrier put some life in us. And Lou Holtz, he had his time there where, we were a good football team. But everybody was getting so hard on our quarterback because he's a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, Lenoris. Is that him there? Go ahead, bring him up. Let's talk about Lenoris here.
Nah, that ain't him. That's a disrespect to Goggles.
I'll get him up.
It's extremely irritating watching that game because it's almost like he hasn't been developed as a passer. It's like they've just let him be, and they're like, because he's a physical specimen. The dude is enormous.
He's a hell of a tackler. I mean, he got your running back down there on that.
If you watch the replay, he never touched his legs. Yeah, he actually didn't. He
blew his back out. He didn't need to touch his legs.
No, I was losing my mind there, and I was like, hey, dude, he's 19 years old trying to get after it. I get it. You're trying to make the play. You're trying to do something. I get it. It's time to back up just a little bit. Let it be. But everybody was just, and you had so many people going on, and they're like, well, he can't throw the football. And then you had some that were riding him like, he's great. Just give him time. He's a true freshman quarterback. And then it was like a full thing of true freshman quarterbacks. It's like, well, he's a redshirt freshman. He's a redshirt freshman. Let him be. This is how all of them are and all this and that. And Connor Shaw was an excellent quarterback at University of South Carolina.
As a freshman.
He was terrible when he started. Got pulled. Yeah, he got pulled. Garcia went back in and saved the day against ECU.
I forgot you had Stephen
right.
G back there. Yeah, forgot about him.
Tore him up, Stephen Garcia, baby, and everybody's comparing it to that, and I just put a message on there, and I was like, y'all keep saying what you want to. There's a fall off. I watched Nico at Tennessee this weekend, and I didn't hear nobody sitting on there talking about, well, he's just a redshirt freshman, just give it time. No, dude. There's development There is, and there's development to throwing and running. Now, Lenoris can run better than Nico, but he also has relied most of his career through middle and high school on his run. He drops back, it's not there, I'm gone. And he's huge. He's 6'3", 240 pounds. He's the size of Dante Culpepper in his last 5 years of his career. He's enormous. But that was all that was said on there. Nobody ever mentioned Nico. I mentioned Nico. And I was like, I don't know if you're watching SEC ball or you are just only watching South Carolina.
A little bit of that Locky Top love rubbing off on you there. I see you.
I watch.
All right.
No,
teller.
I think it's about it's
Chase
a
truth teller. Okay.
it's a little bit of a valid point, right? You can make excuses all you want until you're proven wrong with facts. Chase just came in with the facts on the forums, and he got
the same class.
I'm glad that he's came around, because if you go back to like episode 28, we have the second coming of Christ, also known as Lenore Sellers, quarterback for South Carolina.
Don't get it twisted. Lenoris is going to be fine. He's going to be a great quarterback.
Forever to thee, Chase. Forever to thee.
He just has to settle his feet and be able to stand in that pocket. But the problem with South Carolina is there ain't a whole lot of standing in that pocket and playing your feet. That's Spencer Rattler. That's Connor Shaw. Connor Shaw was there. I mean, the offensive line, he could pass some, but what made him so great is on 3rd and 8, he was going to convert with his legs.
Chase, I'll give you Connor Shaw, but please give it a rest with Spencer Rattler. Just give it a rest, pal. Just give it a rest. Guy's a bum.
You might be mad.
The starting quarterback of the Saints, dude.
Dude's dropping dimes in the NFL now. I mean, you can say what you want to. He was a good quarterback. Dude was a good quarterback.
Sure.
So Chase, let's talk about your experience on Saturday a little bit with Lenoris. I mean, we were all on the group chat together. I went to the bar. You went to the bar. A lot of Lenoris slander.
A lot of emotions going on there, Chase.
Squeaked by Old Dominion, man.
ODU, but I had you being ODB real quick.
I'm not going to lie to you. It wasn't that I was so frustrated with the players, because at South Carolina, we've never had these top 5 classes. We've never had these Tennessee classes.
Never will. You never will, because your state gets rated. No. Your state gets rated by everybody.
Actually,
Tennessee, Bama, Georgia.
We put the number 2 out of South Carolina like 4 years in a row. So I mean, we
and that's like the number 1128th nationally. But continue.
Usually not. Debo Samuel wasn't. Jadeveon Clowney wasn't. Stephon Gilmore wasn't. I mean, the list continues. I can continue if you'd like.
Okay. You pair that list up with a championship, and then I'll start listening.
What championship did you win?
A lot more than you.
You talking about 96, 92, before you were born? Who you talking about? Philip Fulmer's years? If you're watching this podcast, let me tell you. Don't even know who these people are no more.
Check this out, Chase. It's better to be a has-been than a never was, buddy.
I would say that if you could say somebody that was on a team that isn't completely bald or gray right now that won something at Tennessee. You get loud all you want to. 9-1 in the season is great, but if you don't got none at the end of the year, what? I
mean, we won a New Year's Six bowl 2 years ago.
What?
A New Year's Six. New Year's Six.
Yeah, nobody cares.
You've never been to a New Year's Six bowl.
Nobody cares. Right? It doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Right. Keep moving the goalposts, buddy. Keep moving the goalposts. Enjoy 5 and 7, 4 and 8.
When's the last time you won the SEC?
The last time we won the SEC was in 1998.
98. So
when was the last time South Carolina won the SEC?
Never.
Exactly.
If this podcast is doing what it's supposed to, half the listeners weren't born whenever Tennessee won one. So don't get loud about it.
I was 10 years old. By the way, I was 10 years old when Tennessee won.
I'm not taking away from Tennessee. You the one that's butthurt and you just blew out Chattanooga. All I'm saying is
no one is butthurt. No one is butthurt.
You are.
No, I'm not.
Such a hard time right now. I'm born and raised South Carolina fan. I was here for 0-11 seasons. I'm with it. But you're riding a high that was made when you were like 8. what you doing? We grown. We grown.
Yeah,
If
I
they're
know
not,
I'm grown.
if they're not doing it now, then what are we even talking about? You can go 10-3 on the year and say, well, dude, we won 10 ball games. This is SEC, this ain't the Pac-12. We don't give a piss you won 10 games. What did you get at the end of the year? If you didn't get anything, then you didn't get anything. That's what it's all about. But it's only SEC ball at the end of the year if you're dominating. That's usually a Tennessee fan. Don't worry about the SEC until it's the end of the year. If we're at the top of it, then it's SEC ball. If it ain't, it's bowl game. Well, y'all didn't win this bowl game. Nobody gives a shit about your bowl. Nobody cares. If you're not there at the end in the SEC, it doesn't matter. And you know it just because I do. You know it doesn't matter.
Let's go through more of the winners and losers, right? I thought that.
Thank you, Naveen. I'm not gonna argue with a petulant child, aka South Carolina fan.
I thought that
we're both 1-0.
you guys were dangerously close to being a loser, but you did win. Gritty fourth quarter performance, huge fumble at the end, got you there versus ODU. I will say that
this would have been a much better discussion had it went the other way. Oh God, he wouldn't even came on the show.
Come on, it'd been rough.
I will say that our main man Beauregard,
my family,
he might be one of the biggest. Slam the desk.
I can't stand him. Oh, I can't stand
Beauregard. Look at him. Zoom in on that a little bit, Naveen. Go ahead. I want to get a good look. That's a man that knows he's done. I was on Tiger Droppings earlier today, perusing around, drinking a little bit of the misery down in Louisiana. And man, Tiger Tears, they're the best. Auburn or LSU and even Clemson. I like drinking their tears too. And we beat them in a nice bowl game in January. That's CFP, New Year's 6, all that good stuff. So I know some of us wouldn't know about that, but Brian Kelly, we knew for the very get-go, this guy was as fake as his Louisiana accent. And time and time again, he has proven me to be correct on my thoughts and my opinions about him. LSU has some good athletes. Shout out to that Lacey kid, man. He really put on a show last night against USC. Nussmeier,
improved.
He's improved. I wouldn't say he's a world beater by any stretch of the imagination, but he's also being coached by Brian Kelly. So that's probably one of the biggest things holding him back.
He played against a good team. Southern Cal that was a good team he played against.
They look good, and I think in general one of the biggest winners of this whole thing was the fans, right?
Yes,
because you got to see 2 weeks of action, kind of USC looking like they're back. Texas looking like they're back.
Hold on now. Hold on.
Miami's back. All these teams that were dormant for so long, they're
Naveen, you're not supposed to remember any of those teams. Okay. Nobody remembers any of them that don't have gray hair, and walking with a cane. All right.
Reggie Bush.
No
Reggie
college,
Bush walking with a cane.
No college football traditionalist. No college football traditionalist should know anything about those teams. So, buddy, I can't help you out with that.
Nobody's riding the high from 98, dude. Reggie Bush is not great. Matt Leinart is still the man. Those teams were historical.
If Reggie Bush is not great, he's using Just for Men. Okay.
Reggie Bush was
2005 was literally 20 years ago. So the guy is over 40 years old.
Okay. Just name me somebody off Tennessee from the 98 team that was as legendary as any of those guys. Those are legendary teams, man. Whenever they talk about like the greatest teams of all time, the 08 Floridas, the Miamis, the Southern Cals, the Texas. When has anybody said 98 Tennessee? Get out of here. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself.
Chase, talk about the guy on the screen for a little bit. I think he was one of the biggest losers.
The biggest loser for sure.
Right?
All right. Here's my thing with him. I'm a South Carolina fan. Spurrier had his number. He waxed him.
We know you're talking
After that, do you want me to talk about him or you don't want me to talk about him?
Talk about it. You know, guys, everybody knows you're a SC fan.
All right. Take your little ginger lips and squeeze them real tight. This is my portion. Spurrier had his number. He was very thin-skinned the entire time he was losing. Once he started getting upper hand, Spurrier that last year, he left mid-season. Ever since then, Clemson's had South Carolina's number. The number one thing with Dabo Swinney is he is thin-skinned. And dude, you could put him on a rant at any time. He did the call-in show. He was riding his high from his national championships, right? He had 2 generational quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence. There's no arguing that. And he got 2 national championships. Dude, his call-in show, he's one of the few coaches who wanted people to call in. I don't know if y'all kept up with any of that. There's this dude that
you can't call in anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he canceled the show this week. He wouldn't even do the show this week.
He didn't cancel the show. He
canceled him.
He canceled call-ins. He did the show, but Tyler from
Spartanburg, baby.
From Spartanburg ain't calling in.
Who is a diehard Clemson fan? He's got a pod too. You can look him up. The dude, he's a diehard.
We need to link up with Tyler from Spartanburg.
Yeah. Dude, man. Here's the thing, man. He's trying to be like a trendsetter almost with this NIL and go against the grain. And Clemson has got enough recruits through the years to sustain still being one of the top ACC teams. But his time's done. He's either going to have to get with the times or he's going to have to get out. That's all there is to it. This is the new college football. This is the way it goes now. He can act like however he wants to. He was paying them well before the NIL. He was getting people's parents' jobs there well before the NIL. You see a guy come with his mom, Deshaun Watson. All of a sudden, she works for Clemson University, and he's the quarterback there. And if you're from South Carolina, there's so many stories where you see recruits that are hardcore Georgia guys or NC State or something like that, and they go on one visit and they come back with a purple Escalade. So. And these dudes are from the trenches. They ain't buying Escalades. So it's a guy that either has to get with the times or get out. And he's got so corny lines. I'm so tired of hearing his corny lines.
We're made in the name, image, and likeness of the Lord. Yeah,
come on, dude.
You know that was pretty rich. But
leave that for Notre Dame. Leave that for Notre Dame. That's a Catholic school.
I'll say this, man. You know. If I'm Clemson, if I'm a Clemson fan, if I'm Clemson administration, is it hard to fire a guy that's won 2 national championships for your school? Absolutely. What I would do if I'm the president of Clemson, you know, the board of trustees, the athletic director, whoever can talk some sense into Dabo, you got to sit him down. You got to say, Dabo, all right, man. All right. We're going to run your ass if you don't start using the transfer portal. And you don't start using NIL the way everybody else is. You better adapt. You better modernize. You better do whatever it takes. But we're sick of this because they've built. And I know that that you hate this, Chase. But you can't deny that Clemson has built something there.
100%.
But you know they're getting danger close to what Philip Fulmer did from 2002 to 2006. That Dabo is turning into early 2000s Phil Fulmer. And I mean, couldn't happen to a better guy. I don't like Dabo Swinney either. You know, but he's got to modernize and he's got to get with the times, man, or this is probably going to be his last year.
Well, if you did y'all watch the Georgia Clemson game?
Yeah, I did.
It was not a bad game, but
in the first half.
First half.
Yeah, but you gotta understand.
This is what I keep trying to tell them. South Carolina was beating Georgia last year in the first half. It's when real football starts is after when you get to that mid-third quarter, that's when the best teams start pouring it into you because they don't move. And usually if you've got talent but you don't have it where it's at no more, you start going backwards, and that's when it all falls
Yeah.
apart. And that's exactly what happened. They fell apart.
No, I
And
agree. But
sad.
Chase, you also gotta remember though, there's quite a few of Georgia's players in the drunk tank at the Clark County Jail there at
100%.
Athens, that were either serving suspension or locked up for the weekend, waiting on the judge to get there for the court date on Tuesday morning. So they're still hanging out, and that's why they weren't able to make it. And plus, it's a de facto home game anytime you play Georgia in the Georgia Dome, or Mercedes-Benz. That's my old age showing, Georgia Dome. Sorry for all you Gen Zers. You don't know shit about the Georgia Dome. Sorry. Shout out to the old Georgia Dome. Mike Vick, all that good stuff. A lot of good memories. That's right. But, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium there in Atlanta, it's a de facto home game for Georgia. Let's just be honest. I don't know why anybody would go down there and play them. Because Clemson's done it. I mean, I think Oregon did it a couple of years ago and got absolutely smashed. So if I'm a top 10 team, I don't know that I'm signing up for that. First game of the year. That to me it reeked of like a really bad bowl game.
Yeah, I just think it's second half as to what Chase is saying, right? That's when the coaches come in, right? Coaches have to make some adjustments,
yep.
Right? And that's when you see the difference between Kirby Smart and this joker on the screen.
Yeah, I'd argue though too, Naveen, that there is a big difference between that cockeyed looking dude on the screen there and Kirby Smart, but their Jimmys and Joes are a lot better on, dressed in red and black than purple and orange.
Yeah.
When you agree with that, Chase?
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take some guys out, and we're gonna just send some 5 stars in there to get some run.
Well, what's bad is that used to be Clemson.
I know.
Clemson had that. The 5s come off and the 5s won't
go in.
5s come off, the 5s go on. I mean, you got multiple NFL guys that are doing well in the NFL now.
Yeah.
Come off of those teams. The problem is everybody gets to pay everybody now. So welcome to the new SEC. Welcome to the new ACC. The new Big 14, whatever the crap they are now. The used to be
Big
Pac-12.
18,
Yeah, everybody gets paid now. So you can't run it through your church at New Spring.
It's the 2-pack.
Welcome.
It's the 2-pack, right, Naveen?
2-pack. I like to
trademark the 2-pack.
So last loser of the week before we move on is Water Bottle Billy.
Go Gators.
This is really
Yikes.
I mean, I gotta put my hand up. I thought they were gonna actually do something versus Miami. Completely proven wrong. I think they should go ahead and pay that.
I tried to tell you.
You did.
$25 million buyout, I think, right?
I think it's worth it. Cut.
Just go ahead and swallow it now.
Yeah, dude. If A&M can pay
a big load, 25 mil. That's a big load.
Yeah, dude. I mean, best job ever is fired college football coach, right? So
he's following in the footsteps of Will Muschamp, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, but completely embarrassing.
He'll be your coach next year.
Complete embarrassment to everybody. And I just thought the funniest part of it was when Miami was, doing the Gator chomps, and after the game, Miami talking to the recruits.
Yeah, dude.
Saying,
that was hilarious.
Don't come here, man.
Did you see the Karen was like, get out of here. Quit talking to them. It was funny, man. If you got anybody watch this video, please go back and watch that. What Naveen's talking about. I'm glad you brought that up, man. Like, that was like my favorite part. And I'm not going to tempt the wrath of the thing of whatever high top of the thing, because that was us not that long ago. Yeah. I remember watching Georgia and Bama players, even Oklahoma players, grabbing their nuts and flipping all of us off, and then going over the recruits and saying, fuck Tennessee, they're trash. Don't fucking go here. They suck. come to us. If you want to win a championship, come here. So I've been there. I've witnessed it. It doesn't feel good as a fan that's going on in your stadium. So I would like to say that I feel sorry for Florida, but to me, it really couldn't happen to a better group of people. And I'm happy that that's what the Canes did, man. You know, I tried to put the Cat 5 warning out. I told everybody fucking big Cat 5 was coming in the swamp, and they did. They wreaked mass destruction. FEMA was called in. National Guard was there on site after the game. I think they got mobile shower units there for all the homeless. They got absolutely engulfed in that huge storm that just came through Canesville. It's been renamed to Canesville now. So again, not tempting the football gods. You know, we need to take care of business. And let me tell you something. Categorically, we have to beat the dog shit out of Florida. We can't roll it out there and it be some little 8 to 10 point win. I'm talking we need to curb stomp the fuck out of them. Throw them in a trash can and be done with it. All right. So let's roll this beautiful beam footage of Sunbelt Billy, Biggest Loser, in you know. Go ahead and hit the play button, Naveen.
Oh, this is just an image, but basically,
you teased me, man. I thought we were gonna see Billy on the struggle bus, man. Come on, Chase. While Naveen's doing producing work here, walk me through. And I know you hate the Gators too. Talk to me about what you saw with the Miami and Florida game.
I don't ever. Oh, there he is. There.
Can't open it. Can't open shit.
Well, that tells you everything you need to know. Everything you know about Florida. I never cheer for ACC whenever they play against the SEC, unless they play against Florida. I hate Florida. I'm so excited about what's happening in Gainesville right now, dude.
Gainesville.
What helps me is my accent. Shut up. What helps me so much is when we were hiring a head coach and we hired Shane Beamer. Everybody wanted Billy Napier. He's an awesome recruiter. He's an excellent coach. Look what he's doing. I wasn't ever sold on Billy Napier. I never liked him. I didn't think that he had the appeal here. This isn't a place where you can come and succeed. If you can't succeed in other places, if you can't go to Florida and succeed, hang it up. There's nobody goes to Florida. You are in a hotbed of recruits and everything else. Plenty of tradition, plenty of former football players at the games, plenty of them on TV right now. I mean, I love what I'm watching. And dude, I thought the Canes were going to win. I had Miami picked. I betted on Miami to beat Florida. I did not think I was getting ready to see the massacre that I saw when I was watching that game. If I bet on a game, I watched the game. I didn't even watch the whole game.
Yeah, dude,
I cut off and flipped.
41-17, man.
Yeah, I flipped the game off, and I was like, I made that money. On to the next one.
Bro.
That was rough.
I think it was a big-ass beatdown.
I called it, man. Even when we previewed the schedules, man, you can go back and run the tape. I've been sounding the alarm on this one for a long time. For the life of me, we watched the games over the last couple of years. We watched the water bottle snafu. To Chase's point, if you can't win at Florida, you just can't win. But they fired Dan Mullen after going 29-9. 29
Dan Mullen was good.
And 9 at Dan Mullen. They traded Dan Mullen for Billy.
How much do they regret that?
What are they doing?
Lost. I'm still lost on that. I'm still lost. So
he went to 3 consecutive New Year's Six games. He turned Kyle Trash into Kyle Trask and got him, into the league.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in Heisman conversation for Pete's sake.
Dan Mullen's a hell of a coach.
Florida was fringe playoffs every single time, every single year. Dan Mullen was there. Fringe playoffs, gave Bama all they wanted. When they played them, it's wild to me.
Just let me ask you this: are y'all watching the Florida State Boston College game?
No, but I have Boston College.
You should have that game on. There's nothing that makes me happier than watching
Knowles getting the belt to ass again, huh?
Hey, Florida State, they are getting smacked. And former Clemson quarterback DJ is out here.
DJ Ugolele. Hey,
DJ, you need to get a job.
Listen, no, check this out. I had a Florida fan. I posted this picture to my social media. I had a Florida fan. He goes by his name's Joe, and
I saw it.
Yeah, he's trying to tell me that DJU is better than Nico.
God damn. At what?
What?
What sport?
At what?
At water polo?
No, I bet Nico whoop his ass at that. Nico's a hell of a volleyball player, man. He got ups. He probably play some sick water polo too, man. Like, not big on, dude. You saw it. So you saw it. Yeah, man. So I met Joe last year in the swamp. Good dude, won't take anything away from him. Good dude. Unfortunately, he's a Florida fan. And Naveen has met my buddy Josh Joseph. That's how I met. Yeah, shout out Double J. He a big Florida fan as well. That's how I met Joe. Joe and Josh have been good friends for a long time. Joe actually has a podcast as well. We're going to try to get him on for the Florida game because he will be a absolute great guest to have on. All the Tennessee fans will be able to pile on, and talk to him when we have him on. But that's definitely got to be a live episode. It'll be a lot of fun. But he's one of those that's really dug in, man. Chase, you saw the back and forth. I was hitting him for that. Yeah, I was hitting him pretty hard after that loss. So, I didn't give him a chance to be rational. But I can't believe he's big on DJU and he's at Florida State. So that kind of, when you brought that up, that kind of came to my mind.
When you're that deep into your team and you're that blind, it comes with having championship caliber teams and living through that. I mean, you see yourself talking about 1998. So,
yeah, 06 and 08. It's been a while for Florida too.
It's hard to let go of certain things. And whenever you do or die every year, this is it. It's going to be it again. Here we go. I see where he's coming from, but if he'll just enjoy the game of football, he'll be able to watch that. What he sees is not it.
Yeah.
That ain't it, brother.
Naveen, what was my overall win total for Florida? Was it 3 games?
I think
it was 3 games for Florida.
Yeah, 3 games. But yeah, let's move on so we can cover the rest of the show.
That was great, man. Football's back, dude.
Football's back, and
you
saw that we're just shitting on people for 40 minutes straight. We're going to continue.
I love it.
We'll talk about ourselves a little bit. Not the greatest start. We're hovering right around 500. So Josh went 1-1 last week. He unfortunately picked West Virginia, but he locked up Notre Dame. Great pick, Josh.
Thanks.
I had USC, New Mexico.
He's Catholic. That ain't because of the football. It's because he's Catholic. Don't let him fool you to be.
Listen, Chase, and I've shared this. I don't know if you were in the group chat when I added it, man. I won't derail this too far, but I had a 6-leg parlay going, man. And my hate for Penn State, for me picking the fighting Pat Whites and Pat McAfee's of the world, it cost me about 700 bones because I picked 5 out of the 6 legs correct, except that Penn State West Virginia game. So that one stung really bad. I won't lie, and I've seen the error in my ways. I won't be an irrational better next time. So if you are going on to our bet stamp, Lucky Top Sports sign up page, and you're betting with your heart, don't do that. Okay. Don't just leave your feelings at the house when you log into the app. Just leave them there. But we saw Naveen. He had a strong showing. I mean, he was 500, but just in our group chat there, he did a really strong pull there in that. It was that 12 o'clock window or the 5?
12 o'clock. We went 5-0. I'll publish all the picks that I have, because sometimes it's hard to know 3-4 days out what exactly you're going to be betting on. You need to know. You need to read the news. You need to keep up with what the public is doing.
Who would ever thought Akron would have came in and played the Buckeyes so close in the first half?
Yeah, first half was closer than comfort there. We talked about Florida. Troy was winning by 2 to 3 touchdowns the first half, and again, they got me in the second half. So unfortunate there. And Georgia.
Is this pure games, or is this y'all losing at the spread?
These are all the spreads here.
These are the spreads.
Okay.
It was USC plus 4.5. Thanks for asking. So now we can explain this chart a little bit. We just put the odds here. We put the line that we bet, and we mark win or loss. I was 2-2 last week. These were my bets. 3-3 this week, and let us know if you want access to these. We don't mind publishing them. We're up and up. We're very honest with what we did this week. So last of our bunch, we had Roman go 2-3. We locked up the
no surprise there. Continue to fade all of Roman's picks, and you will be okay.
Yep. So really interesting betting there happening here with Roman. You probably want to be on the other side there, but I think we went 4-5 last week. We were
He's a great friend. You're a good dude, Naveen.
Hey, you gotta have confidence in your boys, right? 4-5 last week, 6-7 last week.
Man, fade him.
We got more picks coming up right now. But first, let's talk about let's do the picks actually. So, Josh, you wanted to bet the following plays. Let's just talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, man. So I'm feeling pretty good about Texas. They're going. I think they're going to the big house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going up to Ann Arbor. They're going to play the defending with the Asterix national champions, Michigan Wolverines. Man, Harbaugh's really letting that place just burn down, huh? Yeah, he got out of there. He lit the match and took the fuck off in time, right?
Yep. Now we know why he went to NFL. Confirmed.
Absolutely. Anybody that's not watched the Connor Stallions Netflix documentary, do yourself a favor. It confirms a lot of things that we've known for the last couple of years throughout the college football scene. It even brought to light a couple things that we've kind of heard throughout the whispers, the soothsayers, so to speak, on all of the message boards, that there is this subculture of coaches that are analysts or whatever you want to call them, loosely affiliate members of like universities going around and stealing signs, sharing signs, and all that good stuff. So, it's pretty wild to see the amount of work that goes into that whole Illuminati-esque kind of experience. Have you seen the documentary yet, Chase?
No, it popped up I think this morning before we went hunting. We were putting dancing fruit on the TV for my 8-week-old, and and my wife was like, "Hey, there's something here on sign stealing with Michigan you need to watch." And I went over and looked, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that." So
Yeah, but I mean, fully committed, dude. Hats off to Connor Stallions, man. If I was smart enough to do all that for Tennessee, if they ever needed me to do that and fall on the sword for them, like I would definitely do whatever it took to have those memories and live that.
100%.
Whatever. If the
100%.
NCAA comes around and tries to strip you
100%.
from those, they can't strip you from those memories. They can try to
Yeah.
vacate wins, but the game's still played. The game still happened. But for my pick, I got Texas 7.5. I think that's a strong bet. For me, I'm probably launching about 80% of my FanDuel account on that. My balance on that game. I feel so strongly about it. Quinn Ewers is going to put up astronomical numbers. They got Swiss cheese defense there in Ann Arbor. Coach Sharon is that his name? Sharon Moore. I want to make sure I say it right. Sharon Moore didn't instill a lot of faith and confidence. Michigan looked a little slow coming out of the gate in their week 1 game. I think everybody in the Big 18 except USC kind of looked kind of lethargic to me. But we'll talk about that a little later. Tennessee 7.5. I think we should have jumped on that a little earlier when we had a little -5.5, but it's okay. The game played out the way it did. We saw, Vegas move the line immediately after that fucking Thursday night game, and I don't blame them. So they're trying to cover themselves a little bit, give them a little bit more wiggle room there in that Tennessee NC State game. So when Vegas reacts, that tells me to pile on the team that they moved further to the right. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Tennessee. Not being a homer there. It is a neutral site. I say neutral site in air quotes because it's in Charlotte, North Carolina. But as you know, the proximity there for Knoxville to Charlotte is, it's about a 3-hour drive. So it's not too bad across, the mountains there. Once you get through Asheville and everything, just kind of coast down, go through Cowtown for about an hour and a half. Then you make it into Charlotte. Raleigh's not a bad clip of a drive. So I think be about 50-50. So it will be kind of a neutral site. Well, you think it'll be more Tennessee fans there than NC State?
100%.
Yeah, there you go. I was trying to be nice.
It would be 50-50 if NC State looked like they could win the ball games.
Look like they belong. They look like.
If you're not betting on Tennessee to cover 7.5, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Tennessee's going to blow the doors off NC State.
And then,
there's no defense. There's no defense for it. NC State has no defense. No defense. There's none.
That's my favorite thing. None. Yeah, that I've picked up from Naveen. Swiss cheese defense. All I could hear is when I was watching it. Now they do have that Concepcion. The receiver there at NC State, Concepcion, and your boy from Coastal.
Grayson
McCall. He was slinging that thing there in the second half. But again, I think a lot of that goes into the Jimmies and Joes. I think, that kind of revealed itself there. I was sitting there watching with my wife. I turned to her. I said, Kayla, I said, I just think Western's kind of out of gas. They don't have enough Jimmies and Joes to compete to close this out. They did not have the ability to keep their foot on their throat, unfortunately. But my guy, this dude right here, he's going to be able to do that. Lock in Tennessee -7.5. Then I got Tulsa. I think they're going to cover that spread plus 7.5. So lock that in. And that's my picks for the week. Hopefully it'll be beneficial for all of our listeners and my bank account. So Naveen, go ahead and let's see your picks, big dog.
All right. I got a lot of picks.
Good grief.
Yep.
Damn.
We got BYU plus 11, Boise State plus 18.5, USC minus 28.5, Memphis minus 18, Ole Miss minus 41, Mizzou minus 34, and my new favorite over team, Nevada. They can move the rock with everybody. They might put up 55 by themselves. Nevada over 55.5. And I also don't want to discount, boys. We got NFL back. In 3 days. It's back. The full slate of sports is about to happen. We'll be in that perfect time of the year where everything's going on. Give me the Broncos plus 6, Cards plus 6, Bengals minus 8.5. You'll notice with me, I go a lot more favorites in NCAA, but for NFL, you know about them dogs. Not talking about Georgia. We're talking about those underdogs.
Yeah, because there's a lot more parity in the NFL than you got in week 1 and week 2 of college football.
100%. There's no warm-up games.
No.
Right. So BYU is playing SMU. I thought SMU was something, and they're not. BYU can stay in there; they'll be locked in. From watching the college basketball podcast that I'm a big Mormon guy, big soaker. So we're gonna be full soaking it in with BYU. Boise State is playing Oregon. Oregon trash team. Until they prove me otherwise, give me Boise State. We all saw USC versus a legit USC squad. They played their heart out. Miller Moss is a baller. I really like their quarterback.
Miller Moss he's got the best name for NIL.
Yes.
If I was Miller Moss, dude, I would be like dressed up in a Miller Lite can. Just throwing Moss fade routes to everybody.
Wearing Randy Moss jerseys.
Yeah, dude. Peak NIL. Like that name is just perfect for name, image, likeness. I hope he's cashing in on that.
Yeah. So continuing on, I got Memphis playing Troy. I saw Troy. I watched that game. Unfortunately, Troy cannot defend for shit. So Memphis, give me Memphis. Maybe one of those sneaky, Boise State or Memphis is going to be one of those sneaky group of 5 teams that might make a playoff. So I'm putting that out there. And then going back to the SEC, the Roots, Ole Miss, Mizzou. Ole Miss has no qualms.
Jackson Dart. Good grief.
Jackson smoking darts out there. 76
ripping them.
First Furman. That was gross. Mizzou also, great athletes there. I know Josh's not as high on Mizzou, but I think they'll do the job. And Nevada, as I said earlier, is a huge, huge move the rock kind of team.
Who does Ole Miss have?
Ole Miss has Jackson Dart at QB.
Who do they play this week?
Let me see. Ole Miss football. They have Middle Tennessee.
MTSU, right?
Oh, okay. I was about to say it had to be another warm-up game.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna put points up. You can write it down with Ole Miss, but
MTSU is a little bit better than Furman, the Paladins from Furman, but
it's not gonna change.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. As hard as it is for me to talk about how good Ole Miss is, it makes me sick to my stomach that this time next year Lane Kiffin will probably be in Gainesville.
Oh, bold prediction out there. Chase, before we go to you, I'm just going to cover Andrew and Roman's bets. Roman's tailing you there. Texas -7.5. So interesting there. The Michigan man is fading Michigan. That's how bad they are. He's going with Iowa under 35.5 and Kansas over 55.5. Just that 35.5 is just
get him out of there. I don't know Roman, but just fade him away. I don't know.
Oh my God.
That's wild. That is crazy.
Yep. Kansas over 55.5. Again, this is the guy that's
Roman's currently abroad.
Yeah.
He's probably he's probably had some adult beverages and that might have skewed his logic there. I don't know. I get it as the Michigan man. He's probably telling me for a lot of good reasons. We all know that he likes Texas too. Him and Naveen's cousin Big Texas sit down at the honky tonk every Thursday night and get some cheese bings, some corn dogs, and by God, some big pints of Milwaukee's best. And they jerk each other off to fucking Texas Longhorn football reruns. But
does he know that it's football season?
Kansas, but no, the Kansas over 55.5. I don't know, man. That's where I draw the line.
I think he's watching the Bundesliga. And I think that's what he's watching. He's just getting excited.
If you know Roman, that's probably a strong possibility.
I think that's probably what he's got going on.
He's probably watching some Dortmund or something, you know?
Yeah, something like that.
Andrew's got Cal plus 13.5, USF plus 30.5. He's fading Bama. He's got memories of last year's game, I guess, in that, Cat 5 down in South Florida. ASU minus 4.5, and for NFL, he's got Raiders plus 3.
Talking about go Bulls?
Go Bulls, I guess. Go Bulls. And now Chase, hit us with your picks, bud.
I got him boys.
In the NFL, he's got the Cowboys.
Yeah. Laugh all you want to, Tennessee Titans.
Hey, that ass.
Yeah. You're garbage. Always been garbage.
Talking about somebody that brags about shit that happened in the 90s. Jeez.
I'm not bragging about the 90s. I understand I'm a Cowboys fan because of the 90s, and that was all that was on TV when I was a kid. So that's how I became it.
Sure.
I get that. Yeah. But dude, don't start with the Titans. They're zero history. It's literally just Eddie George and Steve McNair.
Last time we played you bums, we went and stood on the Star and posed on it. Whooped y'all's ass on Monday Night Football like 4 years ago. I think that's the last time we played y'all.
Yeah, dude, this is the NFL. This is a different breed. We don't.
Well, I'm just saying we never get to really play you guys, but
no, we don't.
When the opportunity arises, we take care of business. That's all I'm saying.
If we're just gonna compare teams,
tighten up, big dog. Tighten up.
Let's not. Yeah. How about them Cowboys? Cowboys will win.
How about them? What have they done? Let's go.
We've done a lot more than the Titans ever since the Titans became a team. Either way, I think no, we haven't because y'all went to the Super Bowl.
I was about to say we went to the Super Bowl. You've not. So
well, yeah, we didn't go since
you just proved my point. Yeah, continue. Tennessee's better than Texas.
They're not. But either way, Cowboys win week 1. There's a lot that we got going on, especially with the running back. But I don't see the Cowboys dropping to the Browns and Deshaun the Fondler in week 1. I don't see that. Auburn, I got Auburn winning. I'm going to be high on Auburn all year, unfortunately. I think Auburn is going to be just tough to handle all year long.
Fade and Andrew there. Andrew's got the other side, so Andrew, we got a Chase versus Andrew battle, straight up. Right
with Auburn?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's Auburn playing?
Cal.
The Bears, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I just don't see.
If your school uses paper straws, I'm fading you, bro.
I'm never betting on anybody from California, including Southern Cal. I can't do it. I just won't bet at all. I can't do it.
Well, I did bet on.
I know, but I'm just waiting on an earthquake just to push them on out.
But it's
get them out of here.
Beauregard Kelly,
That's right.
If I'm stacking up, paper straw users versus Beauregard, I'm taking paper straws.
Yeah, dog. Screw them turtles. And then if you want a turtle, just come here. We got plenty of them in the swamp. And then I got Cyclone beating Kentucky. That's going to be the biggest one of the week as far as like a bet. That you got a better chance.
You guys are going on the road to Kentucky, right? You're playing in the grocery store.
Yeah, it's middle of the day though. It's not like a night game in Lexington or something. But
I mean, it doesn't matter if it's in the morning, if it's middle afternoon, or at night.
Yeah,
South Carolina's going to get whooped.
Okay.
Whooped.
Okay.
Whooped.
Okay.
And I hate Kentucky, man. Like, I really wish there was nothing that you guys did on Saturday to make me feel like you guys have a chance.
What makes you feel good about Kentucky?
Because
I watched the game.
Yeah, I mean, I watched their game too. I mean, weather affected it. So there's that part. But I don't know, man. I just think it's they've had y'all's number recently.
We just beat them last year.
No, I'm talking about just main scheme of things.
We're 3-1 in the last 4 years.
Really?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought y'all were like 1-3 versus them or something.
No, they beat us like 2. I think it was 3
I mean,
years ago.
I mean, I guess that's just how irrelevant both programs are. I
Kentucky,
really wouldn't know.
Kentucky is the team for South Carolina when we're like top 10 in the country. We'll lose to Kentucky. That's
I gotcha.
I don't know why.
As a Tennessee fan, I really don't know how that feels to lose Kentucky that much.
Yeah, y'all are too busy taking hammers and trying to knock down the brick wall as you're coming out, and then making it even more embarrassing than running out. Yeah.
Who?
Brick by brick.
That's not
Tennessee. That was y'all when y'all had like Bush Jones or whatever y'all had. That was the worst. I was watching that game and the dude come out and he like had a sledgehammer. He starts like hitting the bricks down, and it was supposed to like just bust, and it didn't. Whenever he hit it one time, he like hit it. I'll send you the YouTube clip. It's hilarious.
Yeah, send that to me. I've never seen that, and I've watched every Tennessee game since 1989.
Stand by.
You don't have to do it now, but anyway, yeah, I think South Carolina's not gonna get the job done. But NFL, let's go to it. Straight to it, Naveen. Let's go.
Yep. So as we were kind of discussing, NFL is coming back.
Hold on, before we get to this, Chase.
Yeah,
we got to cut down all this. I can see Naveen is starting to get frustrated with us. We need to stay on task. Okay,
we're good.
Like Naveen's being baptized. He's on a show with two former SEC East rivals, and I know Naveen, being from New Jersey, sometimes it's hard to understand how us Southerners are, but we're gonna stay on task, Chase. And
yes,
we're gonna see who the division leaders are gonna be.
Okay. Welcome to the show, Naveen.
For sure.
He's saying, "Save me." He's giving me like hot chick at the bar with creeper dude talking to him eyes. Like, help me! Can we please go to NFL, please? All right. I got meatloaf in the oven and it's burning.
So I thought we'll go through the NFL divisions together and kind of pick a winner in each of them. I'll start with my home divisions, which are AFC East and
these are not arranged. These are not arranged in any specific order, right?
No. So
okay.
Just reminding the folks out there, AFC is Bills, Dolphins, Jets, and Pats. I feel like this is one of the harder divisions to call.
The AFC East or NFC East?
AFC East, man. Like, okay. I don't know necessarily what what is going to go on there. A lot of really lot of really up in the air questions. Vegas has Jets as the favorite. Bills,
Aaron Rodgers.
Yep. Bills short favorite after them, and Dolphins right close. So they basically have Bills, Dolphins, Jets really close together, and Pats just way out in the distance. Just for fun, I'm going to say.
Here we go.
I'm going to say the Jets. Fuck it.
I knew it. As a New Yorker, he's going to come on here and go, Jets, Jets. I knew it was coming. We led with the NFC. Or, excuse me. We led with the AFC East. You had to know. You had to know.
Chase is absolutely right. Both the Jets and the Giants play in New Jersey. They do not play in New York.
Yeah. All right.
I'm from New Jersey. Let's go with the Jets.
The real team from New York is Buffalo.
Yep, the only team from New York is Buffalo.
Yeah. Which is who I picked to win it.
Naveen, can you explain that to me? Can you break that down as a New Jerseyan, the Garden State? Can you explain to me why both New Jersey's pro football teams go by the city across the river?
Well, so if you were to build a football stadium in New York City, that would probably cost $700 billion based on how much real estate there is. It's an island. So if you want space with practice facilities, you basically have to choose between going to Long Island or going to Jersey.
The Meadowlands.
I think the owners had some roots back in the day in Jersey, so they just chose Jersey. Obviously, better area than New York. Also to get around and to travel to as well. So New Jersey's got all the highways you want. So yeah, that's why they choose Jersey. Why are the Jets gonna fucking win this division? If Aaron Rodgers can play 15 games, they should be able to win the division. Bills are on their way down. Dolphins really just have an offense. They don't have anything on defense. Jets a little bit more balanced if Aaron Rodgers can play. Jets actually have a decent defense. They got Quinnen Williams from Bama, Sauce Gardner on defense, bunch of other key players, and they got some new receivers in, Brees Hall. So they actually have a pretty balanced team if they can all get out there. So I'll cover AFC East. And Josh, I'll let you take AFC South, but I will read what Vegas is trying to say for that. Texans are the large favorite,
100%.
plus 105. Colts plus 320. Jags plus 250. And Titans plus 900 to win. So what do you think down there?
Well, I appreciate, reading off all those odds, man.
Oh, here we go.
I'll be honest. I really think the Titans will have a decent year. Probably about 8 and 9, 9 and 8, somewhere around there. Well, I think we'll be really close to 500-ish. We'll be in the hunt. We'll be on that screen, like in the hunt for the wild card. We won't make the playoffs. I think we'll probably finish third in the AFC South. If I have to pick, I'm going to go probably how that's aligned right there. Texans, Jags, Titans, Colts. I know that wasn't purposefully put together that way. We shout out to Reddit for giving us this sweet ass graphic. But yeah, AFC South probably going to line up like that. Now, could the Titans prove me to be absolutely wrong? Yeah, I think the Titans have done a really good job in the offseason with free agency, getting a lot of help for the quarterback that won't be named that used to play at Kentucky, that I still haven't accepted as being the starting quarterback for my Titans.
The Mayo Man?
The Mayo Man in the coffee, eating a banana with the peel on it and all that other sick shit. But, say what you want about the guy. He's been getting some baddies lately, So it looks like WL's slinging something more than pigskin out there. So shout out to him for getting some hot Instagram models to have some arm candy out there. So that might be the only thing Big Willie's got going for him this year. But hey, man, it's something. But Titans writ large probably not going to have a great season outside of being in the hunt. But yeah, Texans, DeMarco Murray, man, or excuse me, not DeMarco Murray. That's a Cowboy.
You stuck it
Freudian slip. What is their head coach? He's a DeMarco, right?
DeMeco Ryans.
Fucking got it all completely wrong. Yeah, DeMeco Ryans. That's right.
DeMarco's a running back.
Yeah, I know. DeMarco Murray, former Titan, actually. Yeah, believe it or not.
Well, former Cowboy lit it up. I paid him an ass amount of money to do decent.
Yeah, he only did 2 years, and he took away 2 years that we could have just handed the rock to Derrick Henry. Makes no sense, but that's on brand. That's on brand for the Titans. So,
oh shit! So it's actually Bill Callahan now.
Yeah, Coach Callahan. Yeah, we got rid of my boy Vrabes.
Crazy.
But Mike Vrabel was the NFL Coach of the Year 2 years ago. Now he doesn't have a job.
That's crazy.
Not even as a coordinator, he doesn't have a job. So that's the cutthroat world of the NFL. I mean, he had us in AFC Championship game 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. We were the number 1 overall seed and shit the bed against Cincinnati. Derrick Henry unfortunately got injured that year. When Cincy went to the Super Bowl, they beat us to go to the Super Bowl, and it was unfortunate, but things shook out, and here we are. Ryan Tannehill's no longer there. Derrick Henry's no longer there. So it's a new chapter for the Titans. But yeah, I think I belabored the Titans point for 5 minutes too long. So we'll go to the next division.
Right.
Let's go with AFC North. Well, we're talking about Derrick Henry. So we got some question marks there. Steelers, they've been kind of disappointing the last couple years. Browns, I don't know if the massage man's gonna do anything for them.
Mm-hmm.
The Dirty Birds, I mean, they're loaded, man. AFC North, I think it's going to come down between Cincy and Baltimore this year. Yeah. And then you got Joe Burrow coming back off of injury. So a lot of questions there in the AFC North. So I'm going to kick it to you, Chase. If you got a rack and stack, who are you going with?
Baltimore wins, and then the Bengals are behind them. The only thing that
Bengals getting wild card?
Yeah. Bengals get a wild card in AFC. The only thing that gets me guessing with the Bengals is the surgery that Joe Burrow had on his thumb. Yeah. It's like a 70-some% chance. I was watching it the other day. Some of the analysts were talking about it. One of the guys had that surgery. And he's like, you never get back 100% of the movement in your thumb again. And as a quarterback, it's just throw in hand. He's in Cincy. It's a cold place in the winter. This is the AFC North. You're going to play up in Cleveland. You're going to play in Pennsylvania at night.
And they play cold games, and it's hard nosed.
Yes,
there's always good defenses, especially coming with Baltimore and Pittsburgh. You're going to get smacked.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Cincinnati has slowly built the team around him to a degree. But Burrow's going to take some licks, and if his hand is not 100% as a quarterback, that's everything. That hand has to be something you don't even guess about, and it's cash money. And playing in the cold is a different animal than playing when it's warm. So, but now I don't care if his hand's 100%. I don't think that they beat Baltimore. Baltimore is stacked. I'm excited to watch Baltimore this year. I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm excited just for good football. I cannot wait to watch Baltimore offense operate this year. I can't wait.
Yeah. So let's close out AFC West. Basically what you said, Josh, for AFC North was right there. So Vegas wise, AFC North, Ravens plus 150, Bengals plus 150. They're saying it's a toss up between
neck and neck.
Two. So that proved right.
Jamar Chase, I think he's destined to have a great year again this year. So
yeah.
I mean, offensively, Bengals are very dangerous. Chase made a lot of good points, but goddamn, Baltimore, it's just
stacked, dude. It's stacked. The team is stacked.
I mean, it's just a treasure trove of riches with Baltimore, man. They've got a lot of good talent.
Yeah. And so AFC West, we got Chiefs minus 260, Chargers plus 380, Raiders plus 1,000, and Broncos plus 2,000. Under center for the Broncos, we got Big Bo Nix. We got Mahomes. Vegas, we got
who's Jim Harbaugh? Who's Jim Harbaugh got out there with the Bolts?
They just have Herbert.
Okay, that's right. So Herbert, yeah, that's right. Herbert's he's been a pretty decent pro quarterback.
Yeah, he's been really good. It's just not a very good team to play.
He doesn't have anybody else around him.
Other than Keenan Allen.
And the defense is go ahead and say it for me, Naveen. Go ahead and say it.
Swiss cheese, the stinkiest of Swiss cheeses out there.
It's like some French shit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. It's been fermenting for a while.
Yeah, man. So I don't know, man. Like, also they had one of the most questionable coaches for a long time, Brandon Staley. One of these super advanced analytics guys, goes for it on fourth down, like inside his own 30, like all kinds of stupid shit you'll see with Brandon Staley. And now you have Jim Harbaugh out there. Say what you want about him. He cheats. He does whatever, but everywhere he goes, he wins, right? So, we'll see if that makes
any man that'll pick his nose and eat it on public TV with no fucks given. He's a dangerous man.
Don't care, buddy. Don't care.
Yeah. So I think that rounds out the AFC. NFC wise, Chase, I'll let you introduce NFC West. I'll just read out the odds for the audience, and then I'll let you analyze what's going to happen. Cowboys plus 160, Giants plus 2,000, Eagles minus 130, Commanders plus 900. So what do you think is going to go on there?
So that's the NFC East, not
Yep.
the West.
Oh,
so
the NFC least. Yes. Yes.
All right. NFC East. Nobody has won back-to-back NFC East since like 2003 or 4, I believe, and it was the Eagles. So I think the Eagles win the division. They got Saquon Barkley. Eagles ain't no slouch.
Former Giant. They didn't pay him.
Yep. So I think the Eagles win the division. The Cowboys will finish second. Nobody cares whether the Commodores, Commanders, whatever, and nobody cares about New York.
The
Giants.
artist formerly known as the Washington football team.
Redskins. Yeah.
Whoa. I don't know if we can say that.
My mom's a Cherokee Indian. It's fine. So yeah, it's Eagles, Cowboys, and then you can just roll the dice on Washington. Jane Daniels got named the starting quarterback. People say whatever they want to. I've always been firm. If a rookie comes straight in and is named the starter from week 1 with no hesitation, they suck. So Washington and New York, both of them, they both suck. So it'll be the Eagles and the Cowboys. Both teams will finish with 11 or 10 wins this year. So it'll be 1 and 2, just like it was last year. The Cowboys won the division, the Eagles right behind them. Cowboys won 11 games and won 10 games. So it'll be the same thing this year.
Hey, Naveen, I asked you if this was in any specific order, and I'm looking down there at the bottom. NFL memes. You heard it here first. NFL division rankings predictions for 2024. Okay. First to fourth from left to right. So, if you don't take our picks, at least you got some free ones from NFL memes.
Yeah, shout out NFL memes. Shout out Reddit for having a good graphic. It was, you'll be shocked at how hard it was to come up with a graphic outline.
Oh, dude, it was pretty wild.
In all honesty, to me, for NFL this year, the two that I'm watching are the NFC North. Yeah, because I'm a Cowboys fan, but dude, I get excited when teams that absolutely suck forever win. So I pull for the Lions. I hope.
Yeah, I was about to say, the Lions. Yeah, we got Hendo Cinco as the QB2 there in Detroit. So he's one snap away. And I'll tell you what, after watching him in the preseason and seeing his abilities since he's recovered fully from the knee injury. If I was one of these teams that didn't have a good starting quarterback, I'd take a flyer. I'd send a 7th round pick to somebody to Detroit for his ass. Mm-hmm. Sign me up for that.
Yeah. NFC North is actually the division I care about. I'm a Vikings fan. For the people that don't know, we're going to be last in this division. I think this is accurate.
Let's go. Let's go.
Lions look real good. Packers, we saw flashes of brilliance. Yep.
Cheeks.
Hey, they say whatever they want to. That is cold, bro.
Yeah.
That is cold. When everybody does that, that is cold.
Yeah, they got the huge horn out there. You blow the horn. Skull. Yeah. That's cool.
That's cool.
They got Jordan Love at Packers. Caleb Williams starting for the first time and Bears. I guess he's one of those quarterbacks that immediately get the job, but at the Bears, you basically have to be alive to be a starter. So it doesn't take that much.
Doesn't take much. Have you been watching any of their Hard Knocks on HBO or Max or whatever it's been called right now?
Yeah, it's been pretty cool, but I mean, what I see from Caleb Williams is a lot from similar from what I saw him at USC and Oklahoma. When there is no play, he's amazing. and he does like, all the 360s, and he can make any
Sure.
throw on the run. But when there is a solid defense and you need to sit there, sit in the pocket, we'll see if he can keep up at the NFL level. My thoughts, probably not, but we'll see.
Yeah, they'll be drafting a quarterback in 2 years.
So yeah, like I think the Lions are the team to beat there, and they should be deep into the playoffs in the NFC. I guess we still got NFC South and West. We'll do that real quick. I think the NFC South is the most up for grabs division. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucs got there. Wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons got there. Saints and Panthers are absolute trash.
Give me the Dirty Birds, man.
Okay.
No.
ATL Georgia. That's good. And then NFC West, also pretty interesting. Niners, I think they go down here. We might see
No way. No fucking way, bro.
Resurgence of Rams.
No way.
That's just my personal opinion.
Well, I'm sorry. Yours is wrong. Your personal opinion's wrong. Sorry, bud.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you got Deebo Samuel. You got Jawan Jennings. You got the kid that looks like he's 9 years old as their starting quarterback coming back. So
Brock Purdy, baby.
Brock, Mr. Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
That's right. I mean, hopefully he's making more than league minimum again this year, So pay the man. He took him to a Super Bowl last year. Should have won it. I mean, there's just and even on the defensive side for the Niners, I mean, there's just so much returning there. You'd have to be an absolute dullard and just complete moron to think that San Francisco's not going to win that division.
That's something to call Naveen.
Read the odds for those interested.
I would never call you that, Naveen. I would never call you that.
I didn't say Naveen. I didn't call Naveen that. I said you'd have to be that to make that.
You'd have to be that.
No, that's okay.
He
That's
just
okay.
made that pick.
Cardinals plus 1,300, Rams plus 330, Niners minus 200, Seattle plus 700.
Okay, point proven. I'd also say if the shoe fits, feel free to wear them.
Also,
but I did not. There was no name calling going on amongst our hosts here tonight.
And say the NFC South, it's going to be the Bucs.
Okay, I'm with you there, Chase.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and pontificate a little bit. Tell us why.
Why?
All right. Baker. I'll even go on a limb here.
Mayfield.
I don't know another guy named Baker. If the Browns would have settled and let that man be and build a team around him instead of spending excess money other places, the Browns would be tough in the AFC North. The guy has a longevity in NFL of doing a good job. He had a great year last year. Atlanta added no one but Kirk Cousins. You're a Viking fan. You went through that.
Kirko Banks.
Kirko Banks. H-Town, baby. Got that, put that drink in my cup, dog. Put that drink in it.
To be honest with you, I think the Falcons finished third in the South.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Bucs Saints.
Look.
He's got the rattle on.
No. Well, Derek Carr is the starter there.
He's not going to be the starter for that long, dude. I think we're going to see some rattling.
Well, you will, but I think that you got Bucs Saints, and then I think you get Falcons Panthers. I mean, if I'm really going to go with it, if I was going to go off of that, I go with the Panthers because they got Xavier Legette, and he's 10 minutes down the road.
Because we all know how Xavier get down over there in Carolina, man.
Watch your tone, bud. Watch your tone. But
that's your boy down there from South Carolina, right?
I think the Bucs are going to be a good team.
I love Xavier Legette, though, man. Like
it's hard. You can't dislike Xavier Legette.
Hate him as a Gamecock. I like him as a pro. His voice, his good old Southern accent. I like it. I fuck with it.
And everybody keeps talking about too. They're like, he's from Alabama, and I'm like,
nah.
Come here.
Listen. Xavier Legette is unapologetically himself, and for that, 100%. I respect the guy.
100%.
One of the most shocking physical appearance and voice combinations you'll see ever in your life. I was a big Randy Moss fan. I got similar vibes there. Like he doesn't sound like he doesn't look like he should sound like that, but he does. So
Yes.
very, very
And
funny
what's
guy.
bad, if you come down here, he sounds just normal, like a normal dude around here.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I work with so many people from out of town. So many people move down here now. And they're like, wow, where are you from? I'm like, right here.
This is where I'm
Right
from.
here.
I'm from right here.
Oh, right here.
What fuck you mean? Where you from?
You in my backyard, bro.
Okay.
Gotta love those good old South Carolina accents, man.
Small town, baby. It's just small town people.
All right. Way too early Super Bowl predictions. Give me the matchup and who's the winner. I'll start. I'm gonna say
Don't say Chiefs.
Chiefs, Lions. Chiefs get it done. This time Travis Kelce proposes at the Super Bowl.
No, don't start that.
Yes, sir.
Cut the feed.
You're gonna see that live. What do you guys think about the Super Bowl? I'll start with you, Chase, and we'll finish with you, Josh.
I got Lions, Baltimore.
Okay.
I think Lamar rights his wrongs against Patty Mahomes. And I think that Baltimore wins the Super Bowl.
Okay. And then Josh?
I'll probably go with San Francisco and Baltimore. It'd be a rematch of the 2013 Super Bowl. Yep. I just think Lions will kind of come up short again this year. Honestly think it'd probably be Eagles and Niners in the NFC Championship. I just don't think the NFC North is I mean, the Lions are going to be good, but I don't think they're going to make it to the championship game. And then AFC North, AFC Championship game, it'll be Kansas City and Baltimore. And again, I think to Chase's point, Baltimore has some demons to exercise. And when they added old Deuce in the backfield to complement all of the stud muffins that they have all over the offensive side of the ball there. Harbaugh's going to get really, really creative, and it's going to be exciting year for Baltimore fans. But
yep,
Baltimore's going to win the Super Bowl again this year, fellas. Mark it down.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's been a great show. Chase, thank you for coming on. Josh, always good chat involved with you. I just want to remind the fans that we're playing NC State. Tennessee minus 7.5 is a massive lock. Mortgage there. Chase is saying to get cocky versus Kentucky. And
then don't get cocky again until we play Akron and Wofford. But we will beat Kentucky. That's our 4 wins.
Chase.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do a friendly wager.
Okay.
If South Carolina loses to Kentucky, if you continue to appear on our show, which I know you like our show, we're buds. We like you. If South Carolina loses to Kentucky, you have to wear a Tennessee Vols hat the remainder of the football season on our show. Are you that confident that South Carolina goes to?
Do you want to covers the spread? Because Kentucky's a 10-point favorite.
Outright win. I think South Carolina's.
Oh.
Give
him the out.
Backpedaling now. Here we go.
No, he's doubling.
No, I said outright win. I'm not saying no. Screw the spread. South Carolina wins. Period.
Okay.
I think that South Carolina will have enough to beat Kentucky. I watched the Kentucky, and you talked to me, Josh, after or during the South Carolina game. I was like, we won't win. We'll win 2 more games.
We won't win 3 games. We'll win 3 games all year.
We're going to beat Akron and Wofford, and that is left on our schedule.
I believe you said 8-4.
Yes,
you did. You said 8-4.
That's not going to happen.
I tried to tell you, Chase, and I wasn't just piling on.
The caveat
Come on now.
The caveat that on that show, roll back the tape, I also said, I can't give you an honest prediction until I see week 1 because I don't know what offense we're running with. I don't know.
Well, I could give you an honest prediction, and I didn't have to see shit. I just knew. I know Shane Beamer. I know Shane Beamer's a fraud.
Well, I know Josh Huppel has won a bunch of games, but never the big one. So, I mean, I can do that one off Tennessee, too. So,
he's never won a big game?
He never wins the big one. The big one. The big one.
I mean, he did win a national championship in Oklahoma when he was the starting quarterback.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Chase, you're like the worst person to talk about football with.
Steve Spurrier won a national championship in Florida as a quarterback.
Stop. No.
He coached for us, so I got to ride his coattails.
No, here's what's wrong with your logic. No, listen.
Get out.
Stop.
Get out.
Okay?
Get out.
You present an argument that you try to present as some type of fact, okay? Then someone else, most of the time it's me.
You're going to have to give an example after you say this now.
Meets you with some type of opposing truth to your quote-unquote fact.
Right.
Which disqualifies it. You said as a statement of truth that Josh Heupel can't win or doesn't win or has never won the big game.
Right, but I'm talking about him coaching at Tennessee.
You didn't. No. You said Josh Heupel. You didn't say coaching. You didn't. Now you're adding these specificities to the argument.
If I know I got to put 17
you made a very broad statement, Chase. Broad statement. You said Josh. So there you go. Because then you're throwing out all these red herrings and heresies that Josh Heupel cannot do that, and we know that he has.
You want me to show you my point with one question right here? You want to hear it? You ready?
Sure. Go for it.
What year did he win the national championship, Josh?
2000.
There you go. There we go. Can we close the curtains? 2000.
Chase, you only get 4 years of eligibility in college. The man's like 40 years
old. I
old.
know when he was 39 at college. If Vince Young gets hired as y'all's next head coach, some bitches won a national championship before he ever gets there too. You make zero sense with that. He learned as a player at Oklahoma. Do you not remember? No, nobody. And we don't care neither. Nobody cares if Sam Bradford won it neither. Nobody cares if Matt Leinart won it. Nobody.
Who was Sam Bradford's coach?
I don't know. He played for Oklahoma.
Josh Heupel was his position coach and his offensive coordinator.
Wow, can't believe he hasn't done that at Tennessee yet. Wow, can't believe
he's
contributed two championships. You're saying?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna. Yeah, well, he was gonna win it all with Hendon, and then it wasn't Hendon, and then he went on to the next one, and then he went on to the next one. Now we're at Nico, and here we go. I don't even know why we're doing this show. Why don't we just do a national championship wrap up right here?
I mean, we should.
We should do a couple previews. We'll do a weekly preview.
Print the shirts, get the hats. There's kids in Uganda that need a donation. So, yeah, get it up right now.
Naveen, you had something there. I want to revisit that. Go ahead.
I mean, so he was saying that if Vince Young becomes the coach of Tennessee, we'd have to say that he's the national championship with that logic, and that's also true, right? Based on, if you're trying to use this logic, you got to accept that logic. Right. Yeah. So I'm just being
objective,
the fair mediator here.
Thank you, Naveen.
Circular logic like this, it's got to apply to everything.
Why are you saying thank you? If that's the case, every college team just needs to hire former national championship players. And whenever they get there, be like,
no, I'm not claiming. I'm not as a Tennessee fan. I'm not claiming Josh Heupel's. I am not claiming Josh Heupel's national championship at Oklahoma. I'm saying that you said that he has not won a big game.
Dude, to Steve Spurrier.
You idiot. You said that he has not won the big game. He has. He's won the big game.
I don't know what you keep yelling about. Conversation's over. We already declared it. I declared it.
I declared it. Guys, I'm going to call it right there. We had a great show. We talked about Tennessee. We talked about South Carolina. We shat on a lot of people in the beginning of the show. That was a lot of fun. Takeaways: South Carolina's going to win. South Carolina's going to win, or Chase has to wear a Tennessee hat.
Hold on. We got to even the odds though now. All right.
Oh, okay. What's the other side of the bet then?
I wouldn't choose NC State. I'd probably make it at least a team with a pulse.
No, if South Carolina beats Kentucky, you have to wear a South Carolina hat for the remainder of football season.
Oh.
No.
What you mean, no?
We got to make this about my team.
Okay. Well, if South Carolina wins, then you got to wear a Kentucky hat.
I ain't wearing no damn Kentucky hat.
Well, why not? Why not, bud? You gonna bet or you're not gonna bet? I thought you were a gambler.
Okay, let's let the audience decide here what Josh has to do as punishment if South Carolina wins.
It might be dangerous. Some people might say jump off a bridge or something. You just never know.
Change your children's name to Gamecocks.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Trying to do a little punishment. Trying to do a little punishment here.
Maybe we'll do.
We might throw that in there.
Yeah, maybe we'll do one of those pancake bets or something. We were talking about that last week.
24 hours. I like that.
24 hours in a Waffle House.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even do you that bad. You just got to slide that Carolina hat on every time you podcast. Every single time.
Yeah.
So I could not stand. I could not stand to do that. I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough.
We'll think of something.
I'm not agreeing if you're not agreeing. That's not a bet. It's a one-sided bet.
Well, I wasn't the one that was so confident. You were extremely confident.
I'm not the one that's unconfident in South Carolina. You can't bet in Vegas and be like, all right, listen, bud, if I don't win, just give me my money back. That's not how it works. You're either a gambler or you're not.
I didn't have Kentucky and South Carolina as one of my best bets.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll stay tuned.
He's on the time. He's like your time with me is up. I've given you an hour and 40 minutes of my life.
You can write it down. I've never got on a podcast where it's been me and Josh and it's been an hour and 30 minutes. It's never happened.
That's right. You know what you're getting when you at Chase Cox in the group chat. You know what you're getting. Okay. So you have no one but yourself to blame. Okay. How about this?
All right.
Only because I would detest having to do my Tennessee themed podcast with a fucking opposing team's hat on for the remainder of the football season. I'll do this. I will say the next appearance on our show as a guest, if South Carolina loses, you have to wear a Tennessee hat.
All right. One game.
If Kentucky loses to South Carolina, I will wear a South Carolina hat I'm not buying one. You'll have to mail me one.
I'm not buying Tennessee hat. You have to send it to me.
I'll mail you one. I got plenty. And we'll do this. All right.
One time.
All
right. Okay.
Deal.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great show. We covered NFL. We covered NCAA. We talked everything. We talked all the shit possible this week.
We did. But before we go, Naveen, and I know you're hitting a watch. I want our listeners. Now we've had a few, and Chase, that for what it's worth, I'll give him some street cred. Every time we bring this, man on the show, he gets some views. This handsome young lad down here, he gets the views into the 60s or 70s.
They love me, bud.
It's got to be the goatee. I mean, I don't know what else it could be. But yeah, I want you guys to make sure you go to our sign up expert / Lucky Top Sports with BetStamp, because I don't know that you guys really understand the great benefits that are coming out of this. because it really gives you every single sports book. So if you're a FanDuel guy, but you've never really done, any of the other books, check them out, because you got a lot of promo codes out there that could be really, an advantage for you, boost your bet, all those good things. So do that. Support the brand. We are working on Labor Day for you guys. So help us out. Every little bit counts. And just wanted to do that last plug. So for Naveen, for myself, and for Chase, going to be wearing a Tennessee hat next week. Cox, this has been Lucky Top Sports. We love you guys. Be safe and go Big Orange.
Go Vols.
Go Cox.